guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It's time for another tag. I know, but this one I saw on Jen's channel and she kind of tagged me. I told her that I thought it was really fun. I'd really like to do the tag, so she officially tagged me. This tag came from or was inspired by a blog book tag, and then Perpetual Pages is the one that brought it to YouTube. So I will link to that, and I will link to Jen in the description box below. This is the A through Z Bookish Survey tag, and I just loved the questions to this. So it just goes from A through Z questions, and you just give your answers, and they're all book related. So here we go. For A, author you've read the most, Stephen King. B, best sequel. I had to really think about this because I've been reading a lot of good books and their sequels, but I actually chose the fourth book in the series, and that's Iron Knight from the Iron Face series by Julie Kagawa. I just loved that book. I don't know, no book has really affected me as much as that one has this year so far. So we were supposed to actually, it was a read along with Brittany, we were supposed to actually finish that last year, but we got to the last book this year in January. And that book, it just shows, you know, loyalty and love and, you know, your devotion to somebody else. And I loved it. I loved it. C, currently reading. That book would be We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I just received this book from a friend of mine. I just had it in my last book haul. And we were discussing the book, and I said, wow, I just love the cover of it because I've been wanting to read this book too. So she sent me one. So now we both have a copy, I think. I hope she didn't send me hers. And yeah, I'm reading it right now, and it's different. It's a different book, and it's real short. I'll finish this tonight probably. I'm only like 23, 24 pages into the book right now, but I am enjoying it, so we'll see. Okay, D, drink of choice while reading. Tea or coffee? E, e-reader or physical books? There are a lot of pros and cons to both. You know, books, you got to carry it around with you, which I don't care. And, you know, e-readers, you get all these books on one device, you know, and that kind of stuff. But I have to say, I will always choose a physical book over an e-book. F, fictional character you probably would have dated in high school. See, you know, what have I said in the past? These tags are the ones that make me talk about Joe. Yes, Joe Ledger from the Joe Ledger series. And that series would be by Jonathan Mayberry. G, glad you gave this book a chance. And I am going to say Cinder. Shannon over at Leading Lights and myself decided to do a Pick 5 challenge for this year. I picked 5 for her. She picked 5 for me. Cinder was one of them. And I have to tell you, I probably still would not have picked that book up had she not picked that as one of the challenge books for me. So I am so glad for that. So again, Shannon, thank you. Hidden gem book. I mean, really, couldn't all of our books be hidden gem books? I mean, when we find those books, we love those books. And anyway, I'm just going to say the Septimus Heap series because I just found that in our used bookstore. The cover was beautiful. I picked it up. And after that, I got the entire series, or 7 books. So, yeah. I will link to my review. I did a series review on that. I'll link that below. Okay, I, important moment in your reading life. And I'm going to go way back. And I'm going to say this important time would be my parents taking us to the library when we were children. I think that was really important. I think that's what instilled the love of books into me. And, you know, they always bought these book series for us. And we just always had stuff to read. And it's very important. It's important to me. And I'm trying to instill this into my grandson, you know, to get him to want to read books. And, Yeah, that was really important. I think it starts with the parents. Okay, Jay, just finished. I just finished actually a review book. I got it for review from Janine Carbone, and it was called Wildflower. And I don't know yet if I'm going to do a vlog review on it or not, but it was said to be a psychological thriller, but I think the book was too simple to be called that. It's more of a book that deals with mental health. And even though I think the book was simple and non-complex, I still think it was a profound story. Yeah, I look forward to more from this author because I think she has a lot of talent when it comes to writing. Okay, kinds of books you won't read. I won't say that I won't read. I'll say I don't read. And that would be like erotica or like the epic fantasy. We don't have a good relationship. So I just don't even attempt it. I attempted it already with Game of Thrones, and yeah, it was just so confusing for me. And I don't know if I don't know. I just could not get into the story and all the characters. So yeah, like I said, it's not that I won't read, it's just that I don't read. Who knows? Maybe those tastes will change. Number L. Longest book you've read, and that would be The Stand by Stephen King with 1,135 pages. Love that book. It's a great post-apocalyptic book, and I've read it twice now, maybe 3. No, I think it twice. And that's not to say I won't read it again in the future. Major book hangover because of, I'm going to say The Iron Knight, because I just could not stop thinking about that book. And Brittany and I were discussing the whole series as we read it, and it was nice to be able to say, hey, you know, to somebody. So, yeah, I gotta say The Iron Knight, because that book just did something to me that I just could not stop thinking about it. And number of bookcases you own, that would be 8. Oh, one book you have read multiple times, that would be It or The Stand. Either one. P, preferred place to read, my comfy chair in the living room. Q, quote that inspires you or gives you all the feels from a book you have read. And this book comes from Lone Wolf by Jodi Picoult. This is what I like about photographs. They're proof that once, even if just for a heartbeat, everything was perfect. I love that quote, and it is so true. A photograph can say so many things, and it is proof that at one point in our lives, we were perfectly happy. Things were perfect in that moment, and there's just nothing like a photograph. So I love that quote, and I really like Jodi Picoult. I like her writing. Okay, R, reading regret. Now, I'm taking this to be a book we regretted reading. That's how I'm going to take it. And I'm going to say House of Leaves. And that book was just, it was tiring. It was exhausting. And I just feel like I wasted all that time reading that book. You know, there are parts in the book that are like, okay, and then just all of a sudden it switches. And then it's reading like a textbook. And I just didn't understand. I didn't understand the way it was written. And everybody just says, well, if you didn't like that book, then you don't know what a good book is. And you know what? I have to say that is not true, because I read plenty of great books. Okay. S, series you started but need to finish, and all the books are out in the series, and that has got to be Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I am going to be on book number 3. Book 2 was fantastic. I loved it. So I'm going to be on book number 3, which is The Titan's Curse. Will be the next one for me to read. Looking forward to it. 3 of your all-time favorite books. This is not a fair question, because I have so many favorite books, and just being able to list 3 of them is not fair. I just want to say that right now. But the 3 that I chose, It, of course, And then, that's by Stephen King. And then Identical by Ellen Hopkins. That's like my favorite of her books. And then I said Patient Zero by Jonathan Mayberry. The whole series is a favorite, but I only chose just the one book out of that series. So those were the 3 I chose, and there's hundreds more. And not a fair question. Okay. Unapologetic Fangirl for Joe Ledger series. What else besides that one? Very excited for this release more than any other, and I'm cheating. I'm picking 2, and the first one I'm picking is End of Days. That's from the Penguin and the End of Days series, Angel Fall, World After, by Susan E. And that one comes out May 12th, and the cover's beautiful. The cover's gorgeous. That's the first one. The second one is Predator 1, which is book number 7 in the Joe Ledger series by Jonathan Mayberry. That one is coming out in March, so looking forward to that. And I hope it comes out in the tall paperback like the other ones did, so that they will all match. And I'm so looking forward to that book. Okay. W, worst bookish habit. And I don't think this is necessarily a habit or even a bad one at that, but I like my book series to match. And, I'll go and buy the book, just so I can have it and read it. But then I tend to go and get the matching one, whether I get it in a hardback or if I have more paperback. Yeah, and then I tend to give the extra book to my daughter. And I do this all the time. Every time books don't match. And it could be a habit, but I want my books to match when they're sitting on my shelves. I don't want a book this tall, then one short, and then whatever. So if I find the books to match, then I'll go out and buy them. Yeah. Okay, X marks the spot. Pick the 27th book on your bookshelf from the upper left. So I'm going to have to get up and count these books for you. So here's my left shelf. I have this one here, but I'm just going to go with this one. And we're going to count 27 books.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We'll stop there because that's where the bookcase stops. 23, 24, 25, 26.
27. And this book is Therapy by Jonathan Kellerman. Okay, so for Y, your latest book purchase. I just had a book haul, and I posted it a couple days ago. So I'm going to pick one from that. And this book is called Want to Play by P.J. Tracy. And for letter Z, Z Snatcher, book that kept you up way too late. And I'm going to say Cinder. I would stay up way late to finish that book, which is why I read it in less than 2 days and absolutely loved it. Beautifully written. Again, thanks to Shannon. Loved the book. So, yeah. Cinder. And that is it for the A through Z Bookish Survey. I am not going to tag individual people. I am going to tell you right now, if you are watching this tag, I am tagging you. So all of you watching this, yeah, do the tag. Do the tag. And let me know when you do it, and I will come and watch it. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.